All right, welcome back, everyone. I am Em, and I am playing Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs for the first time as the Spellweaver. And so you can see we've got our scenario number one, a rude welcome going on here. And I have selected my first cards. I'm going to go with Dancing Gales, where I'm just going to do a simple move and just do that. And then for my top action, which looks like it's going to be a loss card, but that's okay. I have no idea what I'm doing. I am going to do a ranged attack on a bunch of things, and hopefully that will deal a lot of damage. So, oh yeah, and my initiative is going to be 21. So we'll see how this goes. I have selected my 2 cards. Next, determine the order in which you and the monsters will take turns. Okay. Where is initiative? Does it say how to do initiative? I am going to guess that I roll my die in its little dice tray to see what their initiative is. I rolled a minus, so their initiative is 30, and they're going to take that action. Okay. Well, here I am. They are on initiative 30, and I'm on initiative 21, which is great. So I'm going to first take my simple move action right here. I'm going to move 2. And then I am going to, I'll move to right here. 1, 2, right here. Now I am, oh no, I'll just move right here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now I am within 3 of each foe. And then I'm going to use fire orbs. And that is going to charge fire. I'm not sure how I indicate that. And deal 3 damage to targets within 3 spaces of me. And as you can see, both of these are within 3 spaces of me. So first I will roll for blue. I rolled a plus. So plus, as we see on our character sheet over here for the first row, gives a +1. So blue takes 4 damage. I take this and I slide it down to 4. That is pretty great. Next, I'm going to attack green, also at range 3, and I roll again. I rolled a minus on that, so that's going to be -1. So green only takes 2 damage. Roll that down to 6. And that was my turn. Now, the bandits go on their initiative, which is 30. They're each going to move 2, attack 1, and shield 1. So I'll have green move first. He cannot move through that obstacle, so he's going to move 1, 2. He cannot attack me right now, so he's going to stay there, and he's going to shield 1. Do we have a shield token over here? I do not see one. That's interesting. I wonder how we're supposed to indicate shielding. Well, we will just have to remember that, won't we? Now blue is going to move 2, attack me for 1. We roll the die to see how good he is at attacking. He rolls a plus, so that gives him a +1. So instead of attacking me for 1, oh, and we know that because of his monster dial over here, because he rolled a plus. And now, since he rolled that, he will deal not 1 damage, but 2. Here's his damage. He deals normally 1 damage, an extra 1 to me. So instead of being at 10, I am at, over on this side, 9, 8 damage. Boo, I say. Okay. That was our first round of combat. I'm going to discard my 2 cards that I spent here. Oh, I have to get rid of this card just completely. I'll put it over here. And somehow I'll remember that I have fire charged. There might be a card for that buried somewhere in here that I did not notice because I have not looked at the digital rulebook. I'm very sorry. Mea culpa, mea culpa, mea maxima culpa. But it's time for round 2. I'm going to look at my 2 remaining cards, and ooh, I have the ability to use my element to give +1 attack to that, and it's a ranged attack. I like ranged attacks. I like them a lot. Target the 2 closest enemies to you within 3 hexes. Well, that's nice too. And I could do that. All right, instead of using this attack, I am going to use this one and this one. And now let's see. I'll pick initiative of 26. Let's see what the enemy initiative is this round. Though honestly, I'm not sure if I'm doing initiative correctly, because if it's always 30, I can always go ahead of them, and that seems broken. So if it seems broken, that probably means I'm doing it wrong. They rolled a minus again, which means they're over here on their 30 initiative. Ha, too bad. I'm gonna go. So first, I will cast Arcane Bolt. That is a lost card because I'm using it for its fancy good ability. Let me change the focus on that. There we go. So I'm going to burn that. I'm going to expend this fire that I charged up last turn. Put that over here in the lost pile, pretending like I have separate things for this. I'm going to use that to add 1 power to all my attacks this round. That's great, and this one's going to be lost as well. Oh wait, is that lost? That's not lost. That is just, I keep it for this round. Excellent. Also, I heal 3 self. So I go back up to 10. Drip, drip, drip. Yeah, do that off camera. It's unsophisticated. You know how spinny dials work. They're spinny dials. They're kind of universal. Next, I'm going to use the ability Freezing Nova, which is going to charge ice. Why are you not focusing? There you go. Which is going to charge ice and allow me to attack 2 against targeting the 2 enemies closest to me within 3 hexes. Muddle. I am going to guess that this is actually... I just attack with melee on this one, and then the muddling is within range. That would make more sense. Okay, so I'm going to do my attack 2 +1 from Arcane Bolt against blue. Oh, I forgot that it's a new round, so I'm going to move these white cubes down to indicate that it's a new round and new random effects can happen. Okay, so now that I'm attacking blue, I'm going to roll. I rolled a 0, which over here on my character card means I get +0. That's fine. So that is 2 from the attack and 1 from the Arcane Bolt. And ice is now charged. I'll just have to remember that. Speaking of things I have to remember, these guys have shield 1 on, which is something they did last round from doing this action. As a result, my 2 + 1 gets a -1, so I just deal 2 damage to blue. That's all right. He goes from 4 hit points to 2 hit points. That is what I like to see. I'm going to move greens over here just to keep those a little separate. So that was... Oh, nope. Now they are muddled. So I pop out a couple of these little question mark doodads. And if I recall correctly, muddling gives them disadvantage. We'll check our reference card right here. Where is muddle? Is it on this side? No, it is not. Yes, disadvantage on all attacks removed at the end of their next turn. All right. Disadvantage for mother. Disadvantage for mother for 1,000 years. Excellent. So they are going to go now. We already rolled their initiative. They're on 30, so each of them is going to move 2. Green will go first. He will move 2. Thank goodness Gloomhaven does not have flanking, although I think some of the cards bring that into account. Then green will attack me for 1, but he has disadvantage, so I roll the die in this little dice tray twice. I rolled a minus, and I rolled a 0. And minus is worse, so I will take that. He gets a -1. So he actually deals 0 damage. I like that. I like not taking damage. It's kind of my thing. Then blue is going to go. He has already moved, and now he is going to roll to hit. 0 and plus. And of those two, oh, I looked at the wrong one. That was mine. Well, it was still -1. Of those two, 0 and plus, whoa, plus is really good. So I'm really glad he's muddled. So now I just take plus 0. So I take 1 damage. And they are both, once again, shielded for the rest of the round. That was round 2. At the end of round 2, I'm going to move these down, and I didn't cast any loss cards this turn, so these just go to my discard. Next video, we'll learn how doing a rest works. Thanks.